Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids across our beloved empire. It's great to be in the empire today. And it's great seeing each and every one of you guys because you know what? I'm actually a little excited. The king of Triple B. I have a pretty revolutionary opinion that I never thought I would come across. But you know what? I'm going to say it's going to be a little spicy, but bear with me. When am I not spicy? That's what makes things fun around here. I'm going to say it right now. Conquest units, incredibly important, and they're very difficult to get. And when you get them, you want them to have the most meaningful impact on your roster, and especially with a recent buff that happened to one of them. I'm very certain about this opinion. I think a lot of you guys will agree with me. Gary, put it on the screen. The screen. All right, I'll do it myself, apparently. I'm going to say it right now. Skip! S-K-I-P. Boba Fett Scion of Jango if you haven't already made work towards it. And instead, get the TIE Interceptor. I was a little disappointed when it first came out, if you guys remember the initial opinion, but that's because the kit wasn't working as intended. I called it out, and even though I'm not a part of the beta program, I'm a part of the master beta program over here in Galaxy of Heroes, adopted from the Marvel Strike Force community. The developers saw my gameplay, and they're like, yep, something's not working right, and especially now, I feel very confident that I don't quite understand why people would go for Boba Fett Scion of Jango unless you guys really care about territories. Let me quickly show you what's going on over here. So right here, the recent update from a couple days ago that added the 7th sister, updated the TIE Interceptor's unique ability effects. And now it's working as intended. When we tested it out, which I mean, granted, there was not a lot of people having this ship at the time. We got it about 2 weeks early. I mean, to be fair though, as well, they should be testing their game out. But nonetheless, it's good to see that they responded fast and they fixed it, especially for Conquest units that take a little bit of time to get. Originally, it was doing the debuff application before the buff dispel. And then when you go up against executors, well, you know what? You weren't able to apply the target lock and the buff immunity because the tenacity up was happening. So it was doing debuffs first, then buff dispel. We called it, they fixed it. Okay. So water under the bridge at this point. But the conversation I want to bring up today, I first actually want to show this correct, and then we're going to show some Grand Arena gameplay. But let me say this. When you're getting a Conquest character, you want it to be something transformative and impactful on your roster. In the past 2 weeks, how many times did I use Boba Fett Scion of Jango? Twice. In the past 2 weeks, how many times have I used a TIE Interceptor since I got him? At least 8 to 10 times. And they've made a meaningful impact on me getting more crystals and more wins in Grand Arena. And the best part about it all, you only need it at 5 stars. I just got the 6 stars yesterday, but I've been using it at 5 stars the past 2 weeks, and I can safely say, even at 5 stars, you're getting everything you need out of this particular ship, and it's transforming the Chimera, which is a free-to-play accessible capital ship, and I don't even have maxed out relics on my Imperial fleet, and we are kicking some serious booty compared to Boba Fett Scion of Jango, which, granted, it does beat Galactic Legends and Territories, but Territories are so infrequent. It's like, what, 4 times a month, if that. Little to no viability inside of Grand Arena, not very important. Yes, if you need him, he's got a nice basic, but otherwise, he's not a super useful character. But if you need a leftover bounty hunter, he can make the work happen. I feel like the Omicrons I invested in him aren't giving me nearly as much impact as a 5-star Conquest unlock that I can use inside of Territory Wars, Fleet Arena, and Grand Arena. And Grand Arena's got all the crystals in the game right now, whereas Relic 9 and Territories is pure luxury. Only 2 characters really need the Relic 9 upgrade. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to go hop into some just quick Fleet Arena gameplay. Then I'm going to roll some gameplay of my Grand Arena wins, where the TIE Interceptor's revolutionizing the fleet meta, and now we're seeing the averages of fleet banners go up, and that could be the difference between winning and losing in Grand Arena. And I think my Interceptor got me a huge one by getting some high banners this past week inside the top 10 of Grand Arena. First things first, I just want to quickly show you how they fixed it. They pointed it out. It's good they see it. You know, if you guys want CG, you don't need to talk to me. Just, you know, let me test out some of your game before you roll it out. I'm just saying. We've been picking up a lot of broken kit interactions the past couple kits. Anyways, here's this one I want to show. I'm not going to sell this as a guaranteed counter to the Executor. I have beaten some low-star Executors, which a lot of you guys might not even face maxed out Executors. Here's the dealio. Before, when I would do this, we would never get target lock or buff immunity because it was applying the debuffs before removing the buffs. Well, guess what? Check this out now. Beautiful. We got the cleanse going on. We cleansed up all the breach on us. Unfortunately, it looks like we couldn't get the buff immunity on Houndstooth. But look at this. We're able to get around, and now this is what I can do right here. I can make that happen. And even against these maxed out executors out there, you can still maybe at least get it into 2-shot range, but I'm not going to sell it as a guaranteed counter quite yet. But what I can guarantee is against pretty much every other fleet out there that you're probably going to see, you're going to see negotiators, malevolence, rebel-based fleets out there. You're going to see this change things drastically, because before the Interceptor, and I guess to be fair, the TIE Echelon as well, fleet banners were at an incredibly low rate of success. And also on top of that, banners are pretty gnarly on them. Well, now things are changing. The TIE Echelon scaring away executors and being a better alternative to the Malevolence counter. And on top of it, look, we're almost the insta-kill right here, which usually we can get to that point. Let's bring in the Palpmobile in real quick. Bring that in, slap that on. Beautiful. All right, basic over here. And let's see what they're going to do. They're going to pop that real quick. Okay, that's fine. Again, usually I can get to my ultimate ability before they hit me, and then at least I can kill off the Hounds too. Sometimes I kill off Xanadu Blood, and again, maxed out Executor versus the non-maxed out Imperial fleet. They're gonna get a reinforcement, but the good news is I have the insta-kill in my back pocket, ready to go if I can. Well, as I said, not gonna sell this as an Executor, but I just wanted to run that battle to show you that we are able to take on the buffs and at least apply the buff immunity and the target lock. Now, let me go ahead and roll the gameplay that you guys should be seeing. And that is my Grand Arena wins. This is all Grand Arena gameplay from the past week or so here. And I've been using it pretty much every single Grand Arena. And I could use it in territories. I've used it in territories in a lot of situations where there was a negotiator, there were some rebels on defense. It gives you more options for your guild to make sure you can work through the fleets that are out there and getting, especially in Grand Arena ships, there's not a lot of banner wiggle room. It's, it's not like you have to be super efficient. In Grand Arena, banners mean a lot, and with this, especially against the negotiator lamps, the negotiator's pretty much gone extinct. If you're putting negotiator on defense and someone's the TIE Interceptor, it's literally free 69, 70, and sometimes I've gotten 71 banners up against those fleets lingering out there. With Boba Fett's Scion of Jango, even in territories where we do use them once in a while, it's one of those like, yeah, we didn't really need him. And we haven't, you know, sometimes you could just have a better option at the table. Yes, again, he beats. I know some people get really touchy when I mention that I'm not the crazy about Boba Fett's Scion of Jango, but it's true. He has to beat some Galactic Legends, but some other Galactic Legends do a better job than Boba Fett's Scion of Jango. He's very easily beatable on defense. I haven't felt like Boba Fett's Scion of Jango has made a meaningful impact on winning more territory wars. And even in so, those 4 territory wars that happen a month, Relic 9 is such a luxury. It might be more important in the future, but right now you really only need it on Jedi Master Luke and Piet, and you're kind of golden. At that point, I mean, the rest is just kind of, all right, it's nice. You don't quite need it to make work happen inside a galaxy of heroes. And then when you're waiting for other ways to use Boba Fett's Scion of Jango, you can't use the Omicrons. And I've only used him, I think, once. And there were times where I needed a leftover bounty hunter team, and I left him on the bench because I had better alternatives, which is a little bit weird. The bounty hunters, if you remember our initial review we did on Boba Fett's Scion of Jango, yes, he's good, but, there are better bounty hunters, especially outside of territories, that might offer you a little bit more bang for your buck. The Bounty Hunter Guild faction is very full of fantastic units right now. And, the kitchen's getting a little bit crowded. So this is what I'm getting at. If you're someone that Conquest units are very hard to pursue, I totally get it. It takes a year for them to become farmable. As we saw off the Razor Crest just a few weeks ago here, you're probably looking at Cat, Maul. Fantastic. Those are kind of must-haves you have to get. But at some point, you're looking at the stuff that we've gotten so far in 2022. We just got Boba Fett's Scion of Jango, and if you're already pursuing him, you love territories, or almost done, yeah, finish the job. But maybe I would have liked more if it was a 5-star unlock, and that's one of the biggest selling points of the TIE Interceptor. We know the Inquisitors are leading towards a legendary that allegedly is going to be they phrase it as a Galactic Legend Jedi Territory War Killer, and that really screams Jedi Master Kenobi. So we're seeing that they're becoming more important. Granted, Second Sister isn't quite farmable yet, but again, the most important thing is that reinforcing ability with the TIE Interceptor coming in, cleaning up all the debuffs on your team, getting the target lock, getting the buff immunity, getting high banners and Grand Arena, getting you more wins. And it could be a little finicky on defense. We have fought some TIE Interceptors on defense. It got a little scary, but we were able to work our way through it. The Chimera Imperial fleet is getting a lot more devastating, and especially with that recent bug fix, I find it really hard to look someone straight in the eye and tell them Boba Fett's Scion of Jango is the better way to go. And this is important because if you're someone that's planning that next step in the Conquest grind, you're wrapping up that Tano, wrapping up the Maul, wrapping up the Razor Crest, whatever it might be, you're kind of looking, all right, what's the best bang for your buck? And normally the opinion that I have is 9 out of 10 times the character is more important in my opinion, so you use them in more areas. But now with them limiting characters to specific game modes and territories, the problem with territories is only 4 times a month, whereas Grand Arena is minimum 3 times a week. Let's not even talk about fleets, where you need fleets in several areas of the game. We didn't even talk about Dark Side Genos' territory battles. The problem is, you want to get some big bang for your buck. And Boba Fett, Scion, and Jango being a 7-star grind, not the greatest outside of territories. And it hasn't really been determinative, and you're just not gonna be using him all that much. I find it really hard to tell someone to go for Boba Fett over to TIE Interceptor. Being a 5-star unlocking the 6 and 7 stars, it's really gonna help out the damage. That's really what it is. But you're gonna get all the benefits you need out of the TIE Interceptor at such a low star. So that's kind of I don't even know if it's controversial. I think the facts are there that it makes sense. Why would you want to get the unit that's harder to get, expensive to just upgrade, and get him to that level of vibe where they could kind of go toe-to-toe with some galactic legends inside a game mode that's only a few times a month, and then the character collects dust until it happens again. Now, there might be ways to make him more viable. And this is just a snapshot of where we are now. Things change sometimes in the future. Maybe territory wars will become more frequent. I don't know if that's the answer people are looking for to make their territory war Omicron. This is a problem with territory Omicron in general. I'm unsure if this is going to be solving that problem of making territory Omicrons more viable, more valuable, making Boba Fett, Scion of Jango more interesting. But just the point being, that's where we're sitting right now. The TIE Interceptor is just going to get you a lot more bang for your buck where the game is currently sitting right now. Maybe in the future things will change, but right now what I'm seeing is both the TIE Echelon, which possible nerf might be coming for that. I don't see them changing Interceptor anymore. It seems to be working as intended now that we got those bugs fixed on the kit. This is a ship that is evolutionizing better. I would always see Negotiator on defense. Magically, ever since the TIE Interceptor came, they're disappearing. And people are keeping Negotiator for offense as well as myself because it's free max banner real estate for your opponents to slam dunk some serious banners, and sometimes those extra 5, 6, 7 banners in Fleet Arena. That's a big chunk of banners that can get your head. Heck, the other day we won a Grand Arena top 10 with 5 banners to spare, and I think a lot of it came to the high banners, high recovery, because the team already has a lot of health recovery with Thrawn, fast instant kill that tops off your health and protection, maxing it out. You got Gar Suction, you got the Imperial Emperor's command shuttle, which also boosts up your health and protection on the particular ships like your TIE Bomber. You're going to leave with some pretty gnarly banners. So, you know what? How much more time do you got here? I really want to actually just show this. An application. I think I saw a Negotiator lingering on inside of my Fleet Arena right here. I just want to kind of show you in real time. That was all just Grand Arena footage. I didn't even use that much. I think that was just the past week of footage right there. I didn't even use Boba Fett, Scion of Jango the past week. It's nuts. A character so difficult to get that you're just simply not going to use it as much. Here we go. Boy, that's kind of a waste throwing 50 crystallite. But you know what? I'm in the heat of the moment right now. Let me just show you how these things operate. I've already made a video. That shouldn't be huge news. That beats the Negotiator. We were able to beat the Negotiator even with the bug kit that happened before. But I just want to show you in real time how enjoyable it is. Negotiator battles were always absolutely disgusting. We're in a new dawn, a new day, and a new life inside of Galaxy Series. Here's what we're gonna do now. Watch this. We're gonna go ahead and get the buff immunity. I love TIE Fighter because they always go for a TIE Fighter, which is hilarious. You're gonna get the pursued target over on Jedi Anakin. There we go. We're gonna look at that. He's not gonna be able to go under stealth. They're gonna try to do it again. They're giving unending loyalty out right now. That's fine. We're gonna go ahead, drop our bombs. Maybe we can. There we go. They hit unending loyalty again. Look, that's 2 times in a normal match against Negotiator. They would have hit it under stealth. It's game over for them. Look how clean and precious that was. No Omicrons, no 7 stars, no maxed out Imperial fleet, and we're running circles around these guys. And pretty much, you guys know the drill. In any battle, when Anakin's out, it's pretty much game over at that point. Look at that. We're just completely undoing the unending loyalty here. And normally, I would need some health regeneration. I don't even know if it's worth using it, but fine. Let's just use it for the fun of it right now. The buff immunity, the cleanse from the TIE Interceptor, and the target lock is fantastic. And keep in mind, with the target lock, as long as Vader's alive, those target locks aren't going anywhere. Once they're there, they are there to stay until Vader decides the bon voyage out of here. Let's go ahead, hit that real quick. Fantastic. And then, now the damage might get better with the higher stars, as well as more relics on my second sister. I don't have a lot of relics on her. Don't have God tier mods. And look at, we're almost the instant kill again. Thanks to, you know what? Yeah, screw it, just do this. We're almost to the instant kill thanks to the TIE Interceptor, so it's looking pretty darn good. Let me tell you, let's go ahead, get rid of you. The damage output is fantastic on the fleet. Again, it's weird to say. I normally was never crazy. I actually want to stall this out. I could get more banners by here. Let's see. I'm just going to hold off for a second. Let them call and reinforce it. We'll get rid of them in a second. That's fine. Let's go and just buff the spell, all that. I could have won a lot faster, but you have so much flexibility with this fleet now to just screw around. There we go. Watch this. We're going to get some nasty banners here. Boom. And pretty much, I think I maybe lost 2 banners. A little bit of health, a little bit of protection. And that's it right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh my gosh, 134,000 damage. Not too bad. Ladies and gentlemen, Gungan and droids, hopefully you guys are seeing where I'm coming at. And at the end of the day, you know, the role I play in our lovely community is I want to give you a pretty straightforward opinion on things, even though some might not like it. I'm telling you this right now. I don't think a lot of people are going to be satisfied with Boba Fett signaging unless you're a territory war nut. If you're trying to find the best bang for your investment in Galaxy, is time, not even money. Time, 5-star unlock, easy to get. And honestly, you can probably stop right there unless it's needed at 7 stars for something particular. No Omicrons, no max out fleet. If you have the Chimera, this ship is just begging for attention, and you're going to see your vibe build in Grand Arena, Fleet Arena, and territories rise. And let me tell you, it's a lot more than possibly just 4 times a month. Leave a like, comment down below, and all your thoughts. Be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. Still can't believe I pick a ship over a character. But anyways, until we meet again, please, please, please always remember that it's great to be in the Empire today.